Welcome to Through the Wire.
Through the wire. Woo!
Hey, we're officially in the off season.
About time.
And things are going down. It's been a week since we officially recorded the episode, so I'm hoping that we're not rusty.
Never. This is natural. I'm in my natural habitat.
LeBron took 2 weeks off and came back better than ever, so we did the same thing.
Definitely.
So yesterday, out of nowhere, Shams. Is it Shams? Shams.
Yeah, Will Shams.
Tweets. Kawhi Leonard wants out of San Antonio. League sources tell Yahoo.
Jalen Rose told us it 2 months ago.
He did.
So let's give Jalen Rose his credit.
Shout out to Jalen Rose. He sure did. Jalen Rose got some type of connections because he's rarely wrong on type of stuff like this, but they don't take him serious. But when Sham or Woj tweeted, we know it's official. So he tweets it. He sets Twitter on fire of fans trying to put together scenarios of Kawhi Leonard. But it happened. Are y'all surprised?
Nope.
No.
I am. I always thought the Spurs was like Kawhi's ideal place because it's so like military style and so like low maintenance or like low key for him. But I didn't know he wanted the spotlight. I know he wanted to get paid, but I didn't know he really cared about that. You know.
Well, I don't think he cared about the spotlight. I mean, LA is home technically for him, so it ain't like he chasing some market or something. He want. I look at Kawhi. It makes sense that Kawhi would want to be home, or like the other team that they saying, my team, the Knicks, because that's where his uncle and some of his family is from. So that that makes more sense. I think the military style kind of probably wore him down. Actually, it's a difference from being low key, but like military is kind of like in check and like what I mean?
It's all system
strict
for them.
Exactly,
it's all system for them.
And I would be lying to say that I am. I'm both. I'm surprised and I'm not surprised. I'm surprised because $219 million is a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So I thought that would make him stay. And if he was going to be traded or X out, I didn't think it would come this early. I thought it would come
After the extension.
Probably closer to free agency. Or maybe even like next season or something. I don't know. This came early. The last thing I was expecting yesterday
was Kawhi.
Exactly. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I didn't know he was going to be the first domino to fall. I thought he would see what LeBron was going to do, but he said, I'm going to make the move to put pressure on everybody. So it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. And Twitter blew up quick.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, it was... And I heard it like 10 minutes after it was tweeted, and then it was trending number 2 in the world. So I was like, damn.
I mean, you think about it. He's a top whatever star you want to say in the league saying he wants out. It'll be 2 years in a row that a top-tier player was like, I want out. Kyrie Irving last year.
It's crazy because Kyrie might get dealt for him.
You think so? Because
I don't think so.
I don't think that'll happen.
I think he might. He never wanted to be in Boston. When he listed, like when he said he wanted to be traded, Boston wasn't in one of those teams.
That's exactly why I don't think he'll get traded unless it's...
And he's already came out and said he doesn't know if he's re-signing.
Unless it's like with the Knicks. Because the team he wants... What Kyrie wants to do is, clearly, what he wants to do is to be able to single-handedly transform an organization. Because he was in a situation with LeBron where they was winning. That wasn't good enough. Now he's with a team like the Celtics who are good enough to compete and win, but they've shown that they can win without him. So to me... He just really wants to show that I am Kyrie Irving. I can single-handedly carry a franchise, and he wants that mission and that task of re-transforming something.
So you saying that he wants to be a Bull, basically?
No, he wants to be a Knick because it's easier to take on that responsibility at home than putting on that red and black. That's just I'm okay with that.
I don't think people should be looking too far into the Kyrie Irving said he don't know if he'll resign. Because honestly, he doesn't know. Nobody should be like 2 years before the contract is over, like, I'm ready to stay. Because you never know how this next season can go or the next 2 seasons can go. And you always want to keep your options open. So if he was just saying, I'm coming back, then I just feel like that puts him in a corner because and then 2 years down the line when he actually decides that maybe he doesn't want to come back, people feel like he betrayed them. You know what I mean?
Well, people won't feel like that regardless.
But I feel like it'll be even elevated. Like imagine,
I think the realistic fans will accept the fact.
No, because Kawhi Leonard jersey is getting burned.
Well, those people are idiots. But I would say, like, can you imagine if I said, man, through the wires, our show, we doing this forever, and then next week I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start my own different podcast.
I wouldn't expect him to say that. It was just how he said it and the ways he said it. Like that's what people took. Like when I saw people talking about it, that's what they took. They took the context of what he was saying and how he was saying it. I'm not saying that he need to say he gonna resign. Definitely be real. I don't want nobody to lie, but it was kind of like the tones he was using and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see him getting traded for Kawhi though. I really don't see that happening.
So let's talk about potential trade things for Kawhi.
There's really only two teams that got pieces for him.
You think so? Because I think it goes deeper than that.
Yeah, me too.
But we'll talk about the two. I'm guessing you talk about Celtics Lakers.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start off with him saying that he wants to. Well, technically, it's not him, but the rumors are out that he wants to go home. So let's talk about a potential Laker deal. Mike, as a Lakers fan, what would you feel happy with them trading to potentially pick up Kawhi Leonard?
I feel like that it's got to involve Brandon Ingram, and to be honest, for a superstar like Kawhi Leonard, I would take I would let Brandon Ingram go just because I know another superstar most likely coming.
You smart.
Transfer my team.
You smart. I tweeted this the other day when it all happened. If I'm the Lakers, I'm offering Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Luol Deng, and some picks. I don't know what their picks situation is like for Kawhi Leonard. And when I tweeted that, there were some Lakers fans like, we're not trading B.I. and Kyle Kuzma. And I just, in my mind, it's like, it doesn't really register for me. Like, how can you not think that's a good idea?
Like, you're just attached to them as, like, a fan.
But at the end of the day, I understand that.
But at the end of the day, I want to be back competing and everything. And if Kawhi Leonard joins the team, I guarantee superstars are looking to come here with him.
Or do they trade for Kevin Love?
I don't
want Kevin Love. He's not a bad player, but we can give him
and that draft pick. Their first round draft pick.
Let me hear what you're thinking.
For the Cavs, our first round draft pick?
Yeah, they get the number 8 pick, Kevin Love.
But what are they throwing back?
Kawhi, and I don't know what else.
You talking about the Spurs? Yeah, me too. I'm thinking about the Lakers. I'm like, why would they
Spurs?
Okay.
Because then they got Aldridge, K-Love.
But who is that going to stop defensively? I mean, they're not two players that, like...
We said that about Powell and Aldridge.
You're right. That's a good point.
They still was the top second best defense in the league.
Powell at least got some length to
That
him.
would only be a good trade if that's the only thing available. There's no way in hell I'm taking the 8th pick and Kevin Love over Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma. There's no way.
So I think it's
and like somebody said, maybe been you on Twitter. Do they like with Ingram and Kuzma? It's kind of like a rebuild, but it's not too much of a rebuild because they're not rookies. Yeah. So Brandon Ingram is going to his 3rd year.
Yeah,
Kuzma will go into his 2nd year. So they're still young. Don't get me wrong, but they're not fresh rookies. When you get Kevin Love and the 8th pick, that 8th pick is going to be a whole rookie. So like you damn near don't know what you're going to get out of him. You could be count 0, but you know what Ingram.
You could at least 15 to 20 from
Ingram
a night from both of them,
and then potentially from both of them, and then you pair them with DeJounte Murray, and then you have your established All-Star in Aldridge. And if I'm the Spurs, you know what else I need from that? I want Josh Hart. Because Josh Hart is a Spurs basketball type of player.
Well, time out. That's where you're going to say no if they want Josh Hart too?
Because they asking for a 3 of our stars.
Kawhi Leonard is a top 5, top 6 player in the world.
So if I'm giving him up, I need Hart,
it's smart
Ingram,
for the Spurs. This is the Lakers.
And we're going to have youth at every position. We're going to have DeJounte Murray is the future point guard. Josh Hart is a future shooting guard. And if we do find somebody better, he's a guy that can come off your bench and contribute. Give us Ingram. He's our small 4. We got Kuzma, who's our 4. And then for now, these last years, we're going to use Aldridge until we find somebody better available.
And what you're saying makes sense.
You're going to have to clean up anyway because they're trying to go for LeBron and PG.
Now, I'm going to ask you this question.
Yeah.
You can trade Ingram and Kuzma, the picks and all that for Kawhi, right? Mm-hmm. And you can have a lineup of, well, first of all, I'm going to say this. Lonzo Ball ain't going to be in no trade package for Kawhi because Greg Popovich not going to put up with LeVar. So we can count LeVar. We can count Lonzo as a Laker unless they got to sign and trade for LeBron. But Lonzo Ball, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James. I don't know who the hell y'all would have to fill out the rest of the roster.
Don't even matter.
Yes, it do matter. It does matter. It does matter.
But Nerlens gonna want some type of money. But like you can get minimum guys.
It does matter.
We need a guy.
Every team LeBron has been on these last couple of years in these contending teams, they've never had no bench or nothing to help him. So I think the worst thing to do is to go down that route again. We seen in Miami where they had to go get Carlos Arroyo.
Oh, don't forget about Shane Battier.
Greg Oden.
Rashard Lewis.
You know what I'm saying? He hit some big shots for them. But that was,
I forgot he wasn't even on that team.
Then these last couple seasons, Channing Frye, Richard Jefferson.
Shout out to
big
RJ.
moments, but they just weren't enough. I think the most dangerous thing is about the Warriors. Of course, they have the four guys, but it's the bench
the depth
that are able to come in and hold a lead or increase a lead and not lose them a game. I think that's way important. Or do you feel good with just trying to get LeBron and Paul George and you keep your youth? Because this lineup right here, Lonzo, George, Ingram, Bron, and Kuzma would match up beautiful against Steph, Clay, Iguodala, Durant, and Draymond. You got Draymond and Kuzma, LeBron and Durant, Iguodala, Ingram, Clay and Paul George, Steph and Lonzo. I'm not saying defensive matchup. That's just a position-wise. You know, I don't think LeBron will guard Kevin Durant. That would probably go to Paul George. But
it sounds good. But
so
it sounds so good, but it's just like, I understand giving up the young pieces for Kawhi Leonard. You sign a Paul. I'm so if ends on LeBron. Like I want him, but I know what he comes with. I know we're gonna have to sign a couple other people. We're gonna have to maybe even take on like a bad contract because we're gonna sign. We're gonna sign an old person.
You're gonna sign somebody with Clutch Sports.
And Kendrick Perkins will be there in the last couple games of the season.
Damon Jones will be on the coaching staff out of nowhere.
To tell you the truth, I'm gonna keep it with what I just said. I'd rather have our 2 stars, not including LeBron James, and keep at least one or as many of our young stars as we can instead of adding LeBron.
That's the thing about instead of adding LeBron.
No, that's in opposed to adding LeBron. I'd rather have the 2 stars and try to keep.
So you saying you don't want like if you got to pick, you'd rather not have LeBron.
Yeah,
but
it sounds like
you can't
I'm
get
thinking
LeBron
about future because I feel like. I don't know if we can win a championship.
You can't get the star without LeBron is the one star that you can possibly get without giving up anybody unless he opts in. Mm-hmm. Kawhi is the guy that you have to give up the pieces for.
Yeah. If Josh, never mind.
There's gonna be a lot.
If Josh Hart is involved,
there's gonna be a lot going on in LA.
I know that's all.
In the next 2 months,
I'm excited, but I'm also like, man, I just hope we don't mess up.
Also, don't get your hopes up high because there's a real possibility the Spurs say we're not gonna give.
Yeah, that'd be smart just not to trade him.
Yeah, we're not trading him, and if we do trade him, we're not trading him to a Western
West.
Conference team.
That's the thing.
And now if he doesn't go, LeBron possibly stays, and then Paul George stays at OKC, and y'all don't get nobody.
I think that'd be the fattest L for Lakers.
Yeah, I know.
Bro.
I seen you too.
They don't have to trade him.
They don't have to, bro. It'd be smart not to because you think about with Kyrie Irving, they traded him as soon as he said he was unhappy, and look what they got in return. Mm-hmm. You know, if you keep Kawhi Leonard, think about. I mean, they had this meeting, and this is when it all leaked. But LaMarcus Aldridge walked into the Spurs front office and said, "I don't want to play here anymore." And then he had a conversation with Greg Popovich, and that consoled their whole relationship. And now he just had the best year of his career.
Kawhi and Pop
they had this, and then that's when it leaked that he doesn't want to be there. But I honestly feel like if I'm the Spurs GM, I'm just gonna play him. I'm just gonna because I mean obviously I'm gonna take the offers, but like if it's not there, if the bona fide perfect deal is not there, he's still under contract. He's still under contract, you know. And in the contract, it has to say somewhere that you gotta play. You know what I mean?
Not if you hurt, because if he had to play, they would have played him last year.
Somebody gonna come out and just admit that he not.
But you're right because he's gonna have to play because he can't go into free agency not
with 2 years.
For 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, right?
Because they have nothing to base it off of.
It's just still a situation you don't want to be in going into a season because it's just like your season down the drain. You're not gonna win with a disgruntled guy who doesn't want to be there. Your whole team know he doesn't want to be there. Popovich ain't a guy that's about to be trying to coach a dude that don't want to be there.
Is Popovich a guy that want to coach a team full of young guys? Because I think it leaked that he'll probably be done by 2020. So does he really want to invest that much time? Speculation. It is speculation.
we're going to have to find out. Regardless, he's not going to be there for that many years. So, I mean, if you sign Kawhi to a 5-year extension, he's not going to be there. If you get young guys, he's not going to be there. So, at this point, you can't really care what Greg Popovich thinks. You have to care about the franchise for years forward, whether he's going to be there or not. Y'all have to be in a chance to be in
here's an idea I heard on the Ringer podcast. I thought it was interesting. It was a trade dealing with the Clippers rather than the Lakers.
Yeah, this is realistic.
Tobias Harris, they're 2 first rounders this year, 12 and 13, and Patrick Beverly.
Okay.
So that for Kawhi Leonard. That way you get Tobias Harris is a very good NBA player.
Versatile 3 and 4.
A great point guard, not great defensive point guard.
But you already have in DeJounte
to be
Murray.
back up to DeJounte,
Okay.
or I don't know how they would start, but and then you get some pieces that you can have for the future after Kawhi's reign or after.
Kevin Knox might be available at the 12th pick.
They'll have some options there. I think that's a realistic deal, but I don't know if the Spurs would be like, yeah. Or maybe they would want to also do a sign to trade with Avery Bradley or something like that. You know what I mean? And then you package in Patty Mills because Patty Mills has a contract that needs to match up. So I think the Clippers deal, I kind of like that deal. He goes back to LA, but it's just a different team.
I like Boston.
Okay.
Give me Jaylen Brown. Give me those picks, that Kings pick, because the Kings going to suck again next year.
Yes, they will.
And then you get another pick. They have 2 picks. They have the Kings pick. And then
They have the Grizzlies pick for next year. That's top 3 or top 5 protected.
The Grizzlies might not be as bad. They might sneak into the playoffs. But give me that too. And then I have a wing like Jaylen Brown who you might be able to develop into another Kawhi. Because I love Kawhi.
There's similarities there.
And who he is.
And
but
just
there
in
is
the
no
playoffs, he will.
for sure. I'm a firm believer that Kawhi Leonard is who he is because he played for the Spurs. I don't think Kawhi Leonard would be who he is if he stayed with the Pacers. That's just me though.
You can say that about almost any Spur in history.
Yeah.
Yes, they're great players, but they could also be system players. And that's not people think when you hear system players, some people think that's a negative connotation.
Exactly.
It's really not.
It's not
Tim
at all.
Duncan won 5 rings.
Ginobili.
Ginobili got that.
He's a guy that might have been good by himself. He's the number 1 pick, MVP, things like that.
I also think, I said this about even Isaiah Thomas, that somebody asked me, was Isaiah Thomas a product of Brad Stevens? I was like, no, but being with Brad Stevens did elevate him. But he was good before Brad Stevens. He always been a bucket getter. It just so happened he had the best year with Brad Stevens, and Brad Stevens hit him defensively and all. But some places, even whether you're good or not, playing for the right team will elevate your play. And I think Tim Duncan's one of those guys.
Yeah, that's why I used to tell people, I used to have this one Paul George at the top of his game. And people used to say Kawhi, when Paul George was at the top of his game, Kawhi had won Finals MVP. So it was a conversation of who was better. I used to always say Paul George for the simple fact that I used to tell people, if Paul George was on the Spurs, he would have, he would be the same way. Because the thing about being with the Spurs for Kawhi is that he didn't have that pressure of coming in trying to carry a franchise. He didn't really have too much responsibility. He was able to come in there pressure free because the most of the pressure and the responsibility weighed on the shoulders of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. So he was able to just slither his way in there, have a role, play his role to the best of his ability, and from that he flourished. And then step by step, the pressure of not having to carry them allowed him to continue to grow behind the scenes. And then before we knew it, we had a star in front of our eyes.
I think Pop did a great job of developing him.
Me too. And Jaylen Brown, like Mike was saying, he already had 30-point games.
Yeah,
he's coming from a system. He's going to go into another system, and he's going to have more space because he had great games in the playoffs with a crowded team. Jason Tatum was killing it. Al Horford's an all-star. Terry Rozier had his moments. Kyrie Irving was on that team for a lot of the year. He had that success in a cluttered type of situation, but now you go into the Spurs, he's going to have a lot more opportunity and a lot more responsibility because DeJounte Murray is a good point guard, but he's not a scorer. He's not going to stop or get in his way on the offensive end, and then Aldridge is a big man who's only limited to do so much.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of stuff that's going to happen this offseason. Guess who's going to be here to cover it?
And guess what?
Through the
Remember when
wire.
Pop said he was going to force his way into having a meeting with LeBron?
Yeah.
What if he convinces LeBron to come to San Antonio? Do you think Kawhi will agree to stay if he gets to play with LeBron?
Possibly. So I think
I think that was the reason why he wanted to leave. It's just because he doesn't feel like he has the tools to win a championship.
I think there's 2 different things. There's obviously the misdiagnosis by the team, but also I think that he sees the situations that's going on around the league, and he knows though they always compete, they just don't have enough. That he's like, they never had enough for me since Timmy is gone.
Play with no damn Patty Mills.
Exactly. So if somehow they convince LeBron to come, they'd have to get rid of like Pau Gasol's contract. Like, it's kind of unrealistic, honestly. Who's going to take Pau Gasol's contract? I don't think there's many people out there. So
I don't think LeBron want to be coached by Greg Popovich.
I think he does.
I think he does.
He said he would love, like,
I know what he said, but
yeah,
LeBron
I guess so.
like control. So he can control Ty Lue. He can control David Black. He can, when he went to Miami, Spoelstra was still kind of new. So he had some control over there. Greg Popovich, I know they have a respect for each other.
Would sit that boy.
Yeah, that's not,
Oh, you're not getting back? Get back on this bench.
Yeah, like that ain't.
I see where you're
know.
coming from, but then I also see it from a standpoint like he's that good of a coach that he already knows LeBron knows what he's doing. He don't really have to tell LeBron, but he's still gonna be that influencer.
But just think about LeBron James for a second.
Yeah.
Let's just think about him. And let's think about Pop and all the players he's ever had in history. David Robinson never did all that whining and pointing on defense when somebody get a bucket. Where were you at? What was that? Pop don't have no players in history that ever did that. Pop ain't never had no player that come with so much drama. Because LeBron gonna bring drama to whatever team he goes to. He's bringing drama in baggage. Pop they never dealt with that. Pop don't like that. This Kawhi is the first time ever that anything has happened and leaks and all, and we know when LeBron come, they're going to his camp leaks every single thing.
Hell yeah.
Man, Greg Popovich and LeBron had a face-to-face meeting of change of words because LeBron wants to play small forward and Pop thinks he's good at power. All that type of stuff, LeBron comes with that. I don't know if the speculation is true that Popovich is on his way out in a couple years. In his last years, does he want to deal with that? I mean, if it's going to calculate the championships, then of course he's going to put up with anything. But like Contrell said, first of all, getting a meeting with him is breaking your neck. But then to try to go and move Pau Gasol, come on.
Let me. I'm looking at the payroll. Okay. They'd have to move Pau Gasol $16 million for this year and next year.
Patty
Mills has $11 million, $12 million, $13 million for the next 3 years. Nobody wants that. Danny Green has a player option, and of course he's gonna accept that for $10 million.
Okay.
Same thing with Rudy Gay, player option for $8 million. So you'd have to move all of those players to sign LeBron, and then you literally got like no money left to build a bench.
Yeah.
So I think it's very unrealistic. I mean, it will be cool to see Kawhi and LeBron potentially team up, but then LeBron will be in a similar situation where it's 2 stars. I guess maybe 3. LaMarcus is,
Yeah,
he's good.
He's good.
He'll be back in that situation where it was him, Kyrie, and Love.
Yeah.
He would be him, of course. Kawhi would be his Kyrie. And then Aldridge would be Love.
So yeah, with that team,
but
without knowing their bench,
Kawhi is better than Kyrie though.
Yeah, with that team, without knowing their bench, is that enough to beat the Spurs? I mean, the Warriors. Probably not.
Kawhi is better than Kyrie, yes.
This was exactly why we get in the video podcast. If you would have seen what he said, he stared at him. I seen it in his ass. Because first of all, I didn't even hear what he said. I just heard better than Kyrie, and I seen you turn. So I had to hear Kyrie. I think Kyrie is better than Kawhi.
Me too. In certain, but listen. This is why we have a podcast, because if that was just a tweet, you would look at me crazy. I think, let me put more words to that. I think Kyrie was better playing next to LeBron. I'm sorry. Kawhi, head to head, yeah, Kawhi is a better player. But Kyrie Irving won LeBron James the championship. It don't get no better than that. You know what I mean? Kyrie Irving takes the pressure off of him scoring and does the clutch moment shit, which LeBron can do, but he don't be wanting to do. You see, he try to make the right play. Yeah. Kyrie is a dude that's gonna say, "Oh, you ain't got that Mamba mentality. I'm gonna do it, so we ain't got to give it to George Hill. I'm gonna take the shot, LeBron, because I know damn well you don't really want to. You gonna pass it to Richard Jefferson."
I said, the ability to create your own shot in space is so important in this league.
And when you can do it next to LeBron James, oh my gosh, because he gonna make every right play. He gonna make all the right plays, but sometimes the right play ain't what you need. George Hill under the basket is not what you need. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to say, I'm going to just do this myself because I don't want to put George Hill at the free throw line. Even though that's the right situation, he 80% shooter, but the look in his face tell me he don't even want to be there.
I seen the look. I know he's going to miss one.
So Kyrie going to pick up on that and say, you know what? We just going to live or die with my 3.
Yeah.
And we going to go home like that. And
he might get the 3-point bucket the old-fashioned way. You never know how you feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I seen him finish some crazy layup.
But the potential of Kawhi and LeBron, it might be monstrous, but it's a likely chance that we won't see it.
I think because then you have the 2 pieces that have shown to give the Warriors issues.
Yeah,
completely.
it's funny.
Like Kawhi and LeBron, they don't have answers for them.
They don't have answers for Kyrie.
You put them both on the same court with Aldridge, which also
My man up to something, bro. Because I didn't even think
Aldridge
about
has
it.
also proven that the Warriors cannot.
Hold
guard
on,
them.
Derek. You on some? On to
The
something?
Warriors have proven that they cannot stop Aldridge. You have 3 pieces in the league that the Warriors have shown consistently that they cannot handle them at all. So
They can't handle Kyrie.
You know what's
either.
funny? Though?
okay, but Kyrie, there's no way for Kyrie to get on a team with them 3 pieces though.
No, but I'm saying you talking about you compare Kyrie and Kawhi.
Yeah.
So they didn't have no answer for Kyrie. The reason I'm saying that is because Kyrie already did it. What you saying is potential wise. Kyrie already did it. He won that ship with LeBron. So that's engraved. That happened.
Okay.
What you saying is just potential, and I agree with you. But they could definitely play the Warriors and get their ass and beat
Yeah. KD could still go off like that.
because
I don't think he can.
if they do, let's just say hypothetically they do everything KB said. They have DeJounte Murray now, LeBron, Kawhi, and Aldridge. Brent Forbes is off the bench.
Shout out to Brent Forbes.
Beatrice is off the bench for them. Who I like.
Shout out to
Ginobili will be off the bench too.
Yep, you got a 39-year-old,
even.
40-year-old Ginobili.
41-year-old Ginobili.
Hey, he only making $2.5 million.
Who else is on that roster, KB?
Guaranteed. DeJounte Murray, Derek White.
Yeah,
Brandon
yeah,
Paul.
White.
They decent though.
Brandon Paul.
That's it. Everybody else is like
It's funny
Up
that
for
y'all
new
talking about
contracts.
like Kawhi Leonard and LeBron teaming up. Well, we was literally just talking about that for the Lakers.
But I think LeBron should just stay out east.
stay out east.
Yeah.
make number 9.
That's what made me feel like he wasn't gonna leave, but that Lakers situation is just too good, man. I like them teaming up with the Lakers more than I like him going to them, because now when you say Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron, that's something that's totally different, because now you got Kevin Durant don't know what he finna see.
Yep.
He one possession Kawhi in his grill, the next possession Paul George.
Yep. Ain't no more switches with Kevin Love. Ain't no more switching on the Kevin Love.
Lonzo
on the Kawhi.
Lonzo a 6'6" point guard. He ain't gonna stop Steph Curry, but
He's not a George Hill. He's not a George Hill.
even if one game out of the series Steph gave Lonzo problems, you know what they could say? Kawhi, you go get him. Lonzo, you just chase around Clay.
Kawhi's shown that he can slow down LeBron and Durant. Not at the same time, but like in game, like he's shown that he can give them problems.
No, he's right, but
I
like
thought he said Lonzo.
How he said it?
yeah, and at the same time, like how could he possibly have done that? So of course he has it.
Like their numbers probably statistically drop when Kawhi's drop guarding them versus any other.
Yeah,
defender.
I like them teaming up with the Lakers, because that Paul George piece, I'm taking Paul George over Aldridge any day.
I think any person in the league will.
You know what I also think is funny? You remember like when Lonzo was getting drafted and everything, LeVar was all like, yeah, he could help, everybody. He make everybody on the team.
He's saying that now.
Yeah, like that. I don't know, bro. I feel like it would just be a field day for Lonzo, just passing to
As
everybody.
a Lonzo Ball fan, I want this
would
to
love to
happen,
see him in a
because he's going to
situation where he
win
has
championships, and the entire world is going to be mad that he's about to go to the Hall of Fame. I wanted to happen for my guy.
Y'all think LeBron gonna make his decision first or Paul George?
Paul George won't do nothing before LeBron. Nobody really will. No big name will, because I mean he dictates so much.
That we gonna have our bench, Jello. He coming off hot.
Yeah, we got to move on from this topic. This man talking about Jello, the undrafted one.
He could get signed.
Y'all think if he stays in OKC, are they gonna be contenders?
Yes.
Contenders.
Yeah, I think just
you
with that
have
star, like the star power, I think they would be.
Last year was the worst that they ever played, so it will only go up from there. And then last year, they was a seed?
4.
So right, so at their worst, they was a 4th seed.
Right? They were a 4. Yeah, 4-5. 4-5. And then the year before that, they were 4-5 too, right?
No, they were 5 against Houston 4.
Okay.
Ariza might not be on the Rockets. Did y'all see what he just said?
Yeah, he tripping. Talking about Trevor Ariza.
60 million.
But for 4 years though, so he's asking for he wanted $10 million.
George Hill deal, basically.
Do y'all think there are any sneaky other places for Kawhi Leonard, other teams that could make a nice offer for the Spurs?
Grizzlies.
What you thinking? That four pick?
That 4 pick.
They would have to give up Gasol or Conley, right?
No,
not both. They literally
you want to
can't.
keep that to put with Kawhi. But I think that 4th pick hold a lot of value when you talk about what you're seeing from Obama.
I'm pretty sure they would love to have Doncic on their team. They
He
know
not gonna
we're
be
drafting
4.
overseas people.
He won't be on 4.
He is a chance.
You think so?
Because he don't want to go to the Kings, so the Kings scared the draft, and they talking about Michael Porter.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. don't want to go there either.
Nobody do.
And then when you think about Mo Bamba, he could sneak up into 3, and then you can have a Doncic right there. And if Doncic ain't available there, you have a Mo Bamba. So like somebody's gonna fall there.
I think it's crazy how much Michael Porter Jr. wants to be in Chicago. He does not want to be drafted to the Kings.
That don't mean he wanted to be in Chicago.
I feel like he does want to be in Chicago.
New York.
Exactly.
There's a reason why he only gave him the Bulls his medicals.
The medical.
He want to be in a big market like
and
New York
he only
or
worked
Chicago.
out. And he only worked out for them.
He worked out for the Knicks, dog.
Oh, he did.
He ended up going through with his day 2.
Yeah, apparently
thing.
it was something with his hip.
Yeah, they got it checked out. He got clear, and then the next day, which was yesterday, he ended up doing day 2 of pro day. Y'all think he missed the shots on purpose though? So the Kings don't want him no more.
Hell yeah, he look.
I be turning the ball over, dribbling off my knees. I be doing everything in my power.
And not getting back. That's the worst.
Like on the real, I literally tell them like I don't want to play them. I'll work out for them, and then like a day before the draft, I don't really want to be there. Seriously, because it's like don't go nowhere you don't want to be. That's how your careers go downhill, bro. That's how careers go down.
And then you stuck there for 6 years.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Sacramento for 6 years. Sacramento as a city seems pretty fine.
Yeah.
But like
As
the
basketball,
organization,
California.
yeah, the organization, Sacramento Kings, I'm passing.
It kind of shows how bad they are because it's California. People should be wanting to run that. Same with the Clippers.
What about the Knicks? Let me hear what the Knicks got to offer because I saw a lot of that.
They really don't have anything.
The reason we are, we not in play because we have anything. We in play because his people want him to be with the Knicks. So we have Frank Ntilikina, and we have the 8th pick,
Y'all got a small forward.
Lance Thomas. You know,
You got to stay though. You can't package him. That's the same Josh Hart thing. Oh, if it's Josh Hart, then I don't want to
If
do
it's Lance Thomas, I don't know if y'all can really go through that. He's basically like the Nick Collison to y'all team. Though.
True.
no, because Nick Collison was drafted by the Thunder.
He basically.
They'll probably have to include Cantor in that deal.
Hasn't Lance Thomas been starting for like the last 2 or 3 years?
On and off, yeah. Because Carmelo Anthony was a Knick.
man.
So relax.
I thought didn't they started together though? Didn't
Sometimes.
I thought Melo started
He's
at
not.
4.
He's not always.
they? Yeah, and I thought they had Lance at 3.
Why are we talking about Lance
No,
Thomas?
because Porzingis never played the 5.
Not yet.
So Melo was the 3, Porzingis was the 4.
My fault. I don't know y'all organization like that.
Okay,
I just know
well-
Lance Thomas one of y'all.
Well, learn something. But
One of your best players.
I mean, we give you DeJounte. I mean, we give you Frank in the 8th pick. You got DeJounte and Frank in that backcourt clamping up.
You like
And then you go with that 9th pick. You go get Mikal Bridges.
They probably gonna have to
You got
include
a
Cantor in
defense.
that deal.
Mikal Bridges could be the next Kawhi.
Yeah, I
Could be.
tagged you in that picture of Frank when
He swole.
He put on weight and he grew an inch.
He swole.
So yeah, he's getting
Remember
up
they
there.
said that about Derrick Rose though, right?
He swole.
About what?
He gained weight. He put on muscle and he grew an inch.
But
They did? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
you can see the picture of Frank though.
Yeah, he looks swole.
No, he definitely ripped
but
up.
he don't look swole to Mike Bibby though, because Mike Bibby out there. I don't know what he might be.
Yeah, I'm not sure, bro.
There's no reason to be that big.
Somebody, Isaiah Thomas commented on his Instagram picture asking him, like, why are you so big? He said he lifts 5 hours a day. Why? Is it for the Big 3 league? Do you need to be that swole to play 3-on-3?
trying to post him up.
He might be. When you get old, you know that post game don't go away.
Work get addictive though, especially when you ain't playing basketball anymore. He used to having his time go to so much something, and now
It's just substituting it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
makes sense.
see, that's the main reason why I don't work out. Addiction is bad.
I mean, yeah, I feel like they probably get that term runner's high.
Yeah,
It's probably that
Lifters
feeling when
high.
you get working out.
And when
Yeah.
he was retired, he probably got a little chubby and it inspired him.
Did y'all? There was a video that came out months ago where he was just at like a random basketball court, and they asked if he wanted to just play because he was just shooting around. They asked him if he wanted to run like fools, and he ran fools, and he was dogging.
Of course he was.
He was dogging them.
Was he that big?
No, he wasn't that big. So maybe it was from last year or so. I just remember the video.
His son called himself
What?
Little Baby.
I probably would. Yeah, I probably would too.
It's just funny.
His son is trying to make the league, right?
Is he? I mean, I know his son playing basketball, but is he trying to?
I think everybody trying to make the league. Mike Bibby Jr. Let me see. How old is he?
Well, when I seen that little Bibby, he was like in high school, so he's probably a little bit older now.
I type in Mike Bibby Jr. and it's literally just pictures of the picture that surfaced of Mike Bibby.
Yeah,
I mean,
anything with Bibby going.
Mike the Hulk Bibby will destroy you at a shooting competition.
He also should.
The Hulk. They just giving out nicknames.
He looked big.
He looked huge.
He deserving of that name.
He plays for USF, so he probably won't make it to the league.
Central Florida.
Yeah, but he playing regardless. It's always good. I would love for my son to follow my footsteps if I was an NBA player. I ain't doing nothing, so nothing to follow the footsteps.
He's gonna be on YouTube.
Hopefully not. I'd rather my son do something that's gonna guarantee him some money.
How the Sixers gonna trade into the top 5?
They're gonna send Jason Tatum to Chicago.
Who are they trying to get that's in the top 5?
They said Mo Bamba. They worked on Mo Bamba. They said they want that rim protector. He's a ready now rim protector to play alongside Al Horford.
No, I said the Sixers.
Oh, the Sixers. Oh, I thought you said Celtics. Sixers reportedly looking to trade up into the top 5. Who is their general manager though? Who is even calling the shots? Brett Brown took it over.
Yeah,
Okay,
Brett Brown.
Okay, then I guess there's a player out there that he want to. I don't even know why.
Exactly.
Just chill.
Exactly.
Just chill.
What would they include? Rocco?
You would have to.
Yeah, I feel like
giving up Simmons or Joel.
Yeah, that's the only piece
And
where
then,
it holds value.
Or Cal.
Markel Fultz.
Even though he didn't have a good season, I'm sure his trade value is still super high.
Yeah,
What is he,
he's young.
20 now?
The Sixers own picks 10, 26 plus Markel Fultz.
Yeah.
So they have some wiggle room.
That'd be wild if they traded him after.
He got back to himself.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be really wild.
The
Because
best
he did
story
look
ever.
all right. He did look like
He had one triple-double, He still he didn't shoot a single jump shot, but he'll be fine. Will he be a superstar?
But he was still
Probably
taking
not.
shots off the dribble where I was like,
Because even with that 10th pick, they can get something good. You know what I mean? Like if Mikal Bridges somehow, some way, Wendell Carter somehow, some way, Kevin Knox will probably be available. Don't let, Trae Young fall to
I got a feeling that draft day there are going to be a lot of trades. Maybe not a lot, but there may be like one.
I
It may be a
hope so.
Kawhi Leonard trade.
I hope it's a lot of trades. I want the league to be jumping
Shaking up a little bit, yeah. No matter what, this offseason league is going to be shaking up with the free agents we got. We got top name players: Boogie, Bron, Paul
I be
George.
forgetting Boogie's a free agent.
Yeah,
don't forget.
he gonna be somewhere.
He gonna remind you every post on IG he coming back. He working out.
He doing Pilates or something, and like he got stretchable, so like he can lift his leg over his head. It's just weird because he's a 7 foot, like 280-pound dude.
Yeah.
But
My little brother said he be doing yoga and stuff too.
it's good for the body, I'm guessing. Was there anything else? I mean, it's been a whole week since we talked basketball.
Jimmy Butler and Wiggins.
Oh, okay.
I've seen some talk about them. Jimmy Butler wasn't, too thrilled with his work
Wiggins
ethic.
is somebody that could be traded this offseason.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. If it happened, I wouldn't be surprised. This is what would they want to get back for him? He's 23 years old or so, maybe 24 by now.
And he hasn't got better, really.
Has not got better.
Stayed the same.
He's at his ceiling. He came in at 19 and was already
With
at
the
his
Grizzlies
ceiling.
like him?
I don't think they trade for
I feel
him.
like there's definitely a team out there that's like, yeah, he still has that potential.
Yeah.
The place he's in, it's not fitting him right. He's still getting around.
The reason
20.
I put the Grizzlies out there is because Marcus Gasol is a good big man, but he's not no big man that's ball dominant, need the ball. Same with Mike Conley. You slide him right there, you allow him to be a number one option. He's still young. Those guys are older, so when they do fade away, you still have a guy that has the star potential in Wiggins.
Does he though? You think he has star potential still?
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins.
Let me click all-star potential.
Okay.
Star and all-star are two different things.
He did average 23.6.
Yeah, I always.
Where was I?
What are you talking about, Andrew Wiggins?
When he averaged 23.6.
You was somewhere being a Bulls fan. That's when he played with that dude Zach LaVine.
I don't know who that is
I
either.
don't know. I always I like scores in general, and I always like Andrew Wiggins. I just didn't like he didn't really produce much in other places except for scoring. But I always thought he was an all right player, as in like I don't know about first option, but he could be definitely a top 2.
I'll be a fool. I'll be a damn lie to say I liked Andrew Wiggins. But I've seen something.
The only
in him.
thing that makes me not like him is just when he takes those jump shots, because his jump shot, it doesn't look like it's a natural.
That's the
It's
thing I
not
don't.
fluid.
That's the
Yeah,
thing I
that's
don't
what
like
I meant
about
to
him
say.
is
That's the only thing.
It's his jump shot and his ways of scoring. He don't. His ways of
he
scoring.
He does the same move.
He takes those post
That
fades.
spin move in the paint.
Yeah, it's
Literally,
not. He doesn't have like a fluid package. Like his scoring has to come from certain ways, and the ways he has to score kind of makes the offense stagnant.
Yeah.
He has to post up on the elbow or post up low to try to post up a guy and then a turnaround fade. To me, a turnaround jump shot is not a good shot in basketball in 2018. That is a terrible shot because You can't really have a lot of movement because you're trying to isolate him to post up. So you can't have a lot of movement because what you're gonna do, some diagonal back screens, some flare. Like you can't do a lot of movement. So you have to kind of stand still. He's not a good passer. So if guys are cutting, he's not gonna hit them or find them. And he's not Kobe Bryant. So it's a less efficient
That's
shot.
what I said. I like him when he's at his best and he's attacking the paint.
I don't think him and Jimmy complement each other.
Yeah, that's why I need to trade.
Because I think both of them play exactly the same. You have to ISO both of them. Both of them are post-up guards.
Jimmy Butler's a better post-up guard.
Yeah, but he's the better post-up guard.
They have similar play styles, but Jimmy Butler's a way better player.
Jimmy Butler is what you hope Wiggins could be.
Yep.
And he's better ball handler.
And I think that you could get him closer to a Jimmy Butler type player
if you give him the opportunity.
In a situation like the Grizzlies. They're going to be a good team next year. If you put him, Gasol, and Conley, I think they could be a good team.
He just doesn't play hard either.
And they have a grit and grind type of mentality, defense. You got.
But he doesn't play defense though, so
that's the thing. You want to put him in a situation where it's going to make him defend.
Yeah,
I think nobody play defense over there really.
I think when you're motivated, when you're motivated, you have it kind of gives you just a motivation, I guess. What I'm trying to say. But he has a capability to be a good defender. He has nice size and length and athleticism too.
Athletic.
So it's not that he can't defend. It's just that
he doesn't.
He doesn't at the moment.
And I don't know, the Timberwolves just not in a good situation. I just don't like that team. I was always a guy that was saying they should have kept Zach, but I see.
Could y'all see Portland? Could y'all see Portland trading CJ? For Kawhi?
Nope. See, I knew you was going that far.
Because they would have to throw the whole kitchen sink.
Bro, nobody want no damn CJ McCollum.
They'd have to throw the whole kitchen. They might have to trade David Lillard too.
You think Red Hoffman wants McCollum back? Hell no.
They probably be better off trading Dame.
I think CJ's gonna get traded.
No, he will, but not for Kawhi.
No,
he better be.
No, Kevin Love
is more realistic. Do y'all care about Dwayne Casey becoming a coach of the Detroit Pistons?
I thought it was the stupid signing.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
For him or for them?
For him.
I mean, it's not much out there left.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do? Stop coaching?
Yeah. I mean, at least his team has
AAU teams.
2 pieces.
Yeah, I'm just that team's just gonna be stuck for a while, and then he's probably gonna end up getting fired again.
No, not because the team hasn't made the playoffs. Next year they have a chance to make the playoffs in the dry ass East, and he's gonna be like, "Look, Dwayne Casey took them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
What Stan Van Gundy couldn't do."
I think he's a good coach.
And in they bad right now. They don't have a lot of flexibility right now. But he signed a 5?
5 years.
So yeah, in 2 years, a lot of that shit, that baggage it'll be off.
Some of it.
Yeah. So Langston Galloway will be off. John Lure should be off. John Lure might have
Josh Smith.
Is Reggie Jackson?
It's a good pull. I'm not sure. I can look it up though. He got to be. Because he signed Reggie Jackson.
What about him?
Is he a free agent soon? I'm guessing maybe in 2 years or so.
2 years, yeah. He got 2 years more. Langston Galloway got 2 more years.
They brought me up to the
Josh
baseball
Smith
point.
got 2 more years, even though he ended up playing in the league for 2 years.
Got 2 more years. His Reggie Jackson is done in 2020, the end of that season.
Yeah, 2 years.
2-year contract left. They'll be. I don't know if they'll be fine, but I think Dwayne Casey is probably as far as he was the best coach available. So they got the best coach, not considered because we don't know much about the younger guys that never coached.
In this 5-year contract, he has opportunity to make something happen. If he don't, that's on him.
They have a real GM this time instead of Stan Van Gundy calling the shots.
That's true.
So that's a positive in their respect. Other than that, there's not a lot going on. Our next episode will be after the NBA draft. So we'll come back and we'll talk about. No? Oh, today's Saturday. Never mind. We'll be 2 days before the NBA draft. Yeah. So maybe we'll do an NBA draft preview show. It'll probably just be me and you talking. I have been doing a little bit of research on these guys, but it'll probably be me and you talking. We'll go back over the ESPN Top 100. We got some things for next episode, y'all. So thank y'all so much for listening to this one. Any last remarks, fellas?
Go Knicks.
July 1st.
Deep down in my heart, I'm a Lakers fan, so go get that.
Y'all heard that here on the show.
I said that before.
Oh, okay. July 1st, we coming. It's not just free.
Tumblebees.
Flo here with a really weird word. Buttery. Buttery? It's not quite butter. It's more butterish. Or maybe buttery is like butchery or bakery, a shop that sells artisanal butter products. Dig in, America. Now a word that's even more weird. Flotection. Sure, it's not really a word, but it is really good protection for your new home through me and Progressive. No ifs, ands, or butteries about it. Sorry.
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.